Hi, Shannon, sending positive vibrations and love. So, back at the park again, taking a nice little walk, and just thought I'd give you some updates on my life and my thoughts. Firstly, I'm still running. I've been still sticking to that 6K, kind of just like getting back into the flow of running again. But the 6K is pretty much what I need to run a 5K. But I know to run a half or a full marathon, I really have to amp up that training, get up to the 10K, start doing some hill work. But yeah, I'm having some problems getting somebody to film me running. But eventually I will get somebody to do the job. But currently my older son was having his IB exams, so you know that takes priority over my videos because you know his acceptance to university depends on his marks maintaining at least, I think it's a minimum 80 average, so he's doing the work to get where he needs to go, and I'm doing the work to gain more subscribers, to become a full-time YouTuber. So I'm out here just taking a nice walk through the park. It's almost sundown, so I always find it nice at this time to go out to the park because it's the weekend and there always is a lot of people here, but because it's later, most of those people have already left, so I'm kind of like on a solo vibe, just doing a little hike on the trail. And it's cool because whenever I'm out in nature, I always feel more relaxed, at peace, at one with the earth, with nature. And it always makes me feel good to just be outside in nature. And it's actually the long weekend in Canada because Monday is actually the Victoria Day holiday. I mean, I don't believe it is Queen Victoria's birthday, that date, but that's the date they set to celebrate Queen Victoria, who was Elizabeth's mother's birthday. And like since Canada was a British colony for the longest of times, and we still, most of our laws and actually the way our education system and our healthcare system is very similar to the British way of doing things. I'm just heading downhill, so it's kind of cool that it's a long weekend, so I got a little bit more time to myself and to get some things done, be more productive. So I've already completed a dance or two, but I haven't edited the video yet for the second dance, but the first one I already posted. And you know, I got my normal tasks done, which is like what everybody does when they have time off, probably laundry, cleaning, cooking, that type of stuff. Because you know, if you really want to become wealthier in life, you really have to not buy food out. And what I mean by that is buying like prepared food. You need to buy groceries and cook for yourself, and you'll save money that way. That's the way to save money, and it's actually healthier because you'll actually know what is going in your food, what quality the ingredients are of your food. So, you know, it's always better to buy your own food and cook it yourself because you know exactly what's in it, and it always tastes better when you cook something yourself. Just a fact. Whenever you do something, you kind of take pride in your cooking, you take pride in what you've done, and it tastes better, right? Versus like, somebody else is cooking, right? Not to say that chefs aren't passionate about their cooking, but really, if you want to save money nowadays because of inflation, then you really need to start dining at home. So, I'm still always working on my to-do list and always checking what I need to get done to become successful. Well, my version of success, right? So I'm considering leaving Toronto. This is my big news. Leaving Toronto to move to probably like Windsor or St. Catharines, because the cost of living in Toronto is insane. And you can go to these smaller places and it's more affordable. And it's like everything in life, you get outpriced, because at the current moment our minimum wage in Toronto is $16.55, but the actual living wage to live a good life is actually $25. So those two numbers don't match up with the prices of rent, the cost of food, and etc. So I'm thinking of moving to a little bit further away from the city, because I could probably work less and feel less stressed about things. And quality of life is always the most important goal for me. It's always good to be happy about your life, your lifestyle, what you do. It always should be rewarding. You're fulfilling your purpose. You're setting a goals, you're going for it. You always have to keep moving forward, which I've told you multiple times. But really, nobody, back in the days, right? People like my mom, they worked at one job for like 60 years, right? And that was possible back in the day. But for me, that has never happened to me. Like, I've been at jobs maybe 5, 6, 7 years max, but working one job your whole life, full time, doesn't happen anymore, because companies and positions are constantly changing, and it's just a different kind of world than it was back in those days, right? Let's be honest, like, most people are transitioning like different careers every year, right? You have to keep looking for who's gonna give you the best quality of life. Some people are looking for the best wages, some people are looking for I feel like when you look at a job or a career, you shouldn't really look at the wages, although you do need to look at that, but you also need to look at what are you going to become from doing this job? What type of person are you becoming? How is this enriching your life? Are you going to wake up with a smile? Are you going to want to wake up and get there? Or are you going to be like that snoozing the alarm? Oh God, I don't want to go. I don't want to wake up. No, you got to really make sure that you find something that really motivates you, drives you, gives you purpose, gives your life meaning. I found that most of the jobs that pay well don't necessarily, it doesn't equate to actually feeling good about it, feeling like you're doing something meaningful, and feeling like you're helping others. And then some jobs, like nursing, some jobs like that, you do feel rewarded, you do feel like you're enriching people's life, and it's quite empowering. However, the workload is very intensive, and it can be demoralizing because, you know, you might feel like you can't do enough because there's always more to do. So there's a lot of like burnout in that type of career. And, you know, they always say police officers also have a high burnout rate, you know, people in the military. So like, you have to look for something where you're not gonna burn out and you're gonna feel happy and fulfilled. You know, that's why I like this YouTube thing, because honestly, I love keeping up with, I love dancing. So when I see new dances and new music and new trends, like, I try to stay on top of it, and you know, I try it, right? Because like in life, you're always learning new things, and even a simple thing like a dance, right? It just keeps my mind active, keeps my body in good physical shape, and it's just fun, right? Because like, you need to have fun in life, because what else is there, right? Fun, happiness, good vibes. I mean, of course there's going to be some hardships along the way, but you know, when you have those good memories, you know, like Peter Pan, you know, yeah, to fly, you gotta sprinkle that fairy dust and think those happy thoughts, right? It's those happy thoughts that actually sustain people and actually make it easier to get through the hard times, right? Because if you have nothing happy, or you've never known happiness, then it becomes even more difficult to get through challenges and hardships, because that's just life, right? It's ups and downs. It's like this trail I'm on, you know, it's a little hilly, but you know, that's life. You're going up, you gotta put in some work to get up there, and then when you're going down, you know, feels all nice going downhill, easy, happy, smooth sailing, but then you're gonna get to a hill again. That's just how life is. You know, you just have to be prepared, you know, and cultivate an attitude that you can get through it. You know, like sometimes when I face duress, I just think, you know, hey, if I got through raising my children alone as a single mother, then I can do this. If I was able to complete the Boston Marathon through the ice storm, I can do this. I also ran the Boston Marathon through pouring rain. So if I can run through 3 hours of pouring rain in April weather, which is pretty cold, because if you ever run that long in the rain and it's pouring, you'll know that no raincoat, nothing is going to protect you. You are going to get soaking wet. So there comes a point where you just have to accept, yes, you're going to get wet, and you just keep going, right? And when you want something, you want to get there and you want to complete something bad enough, you will keep up the momentum to do it. You know, and like that's one thing that I guess has always made me have a lot of tenacity and persevere. I think the thing that built my momentum is my children, right? Because I always like, they're relying on me. They need me. So I gotta do it, right? And that's probably what got me through a lot of my trials and tribulations, is knowing that there was somebody who needs me. And even like most of the jobs that I've done, I've always done jobs where I was working for others, serving others. So like service, I've always done service jobs. And I really enjoy my current job because I interact with my community, members in my community, and you know, it's funny because like a lot of people in my neighborhood, Like, I've lived in my neighborhood for a very long time, most of my life. So they never said hi to me previously. And I never said hi to them because, you know, previously I was just too busy with, like, I was under a lot of duress with my job. So I would basically just jump on the TTC, get to my job, and then, you know, get to work. And I'd be rushing and I wouldn't even look up, right? But then now that I have a more relaxing job, you know, I can actually tell people, good morning, have a wonderful day, good morning, how are you today? And actually hold conversations with people and listen to their stories, you know, add some insight, or just have like a little conversational piece with people. And honestly, it really makes a difference in, I believe it makes a difference in their lives. And it also feels great for me because, you know, connecting with people is what life is about, right? It's not just connecting with people though. Having a connection with nature, having a connection with like everything, the world, you know, because we are all people, you know, and, you know, we are all the human race. And we all go through suffering, but we all also experience joy and happiness at times. But we all can understand like how difficult sometimes things can get, and we can all feel like it's pathos, which is like sympathy, if you don't know that word, sympathy or compassion for people's situations. And I feel like, you know, I've always been a very compassionate person, and I've always like definitely tried to help others. And yeah, and a lot of times, you know, in the process of helping others, you know, it's also set me back in life, like in terms of financial ways, but in terms of like, was it worth it even putting that time and trying to help somebody? Then yes, it is worth it, because even though you might not see any rewards, the thing is, at the end of the day, you know that you contributed to that person's overall well-being or welfare. You know, it's like sometimes people only need a few words just for you to hear their story, to hear their tales, and they feel better, right? It's just like when people complain. Let's say you're in a customer service job and someone complains about some good coming late, or an order coming late, or the product doesn't do what it said it was gonna do. You know, if you attentively listen to a person and just, you know, listen basically, and point out the key details that they have told you, that person usually is more satisfied and happy with your customer service because you actually listened to what they were saying. And this is all it takes really in life. I find is just listening to people and addressing it. Like, it's so funny because like in every job that I've ever been in, they always say, okay, listen, then repeat. It's like, you know, McDonald's, where you listen to the person's order, then you repeat the order out loud, and you think, oh, that's so annoying, they're repeating my order. But they're repeating the order because they want to make sure they get it right. Right? So that's the whole process, right? And that is why, you know, it's so important to listen to people, because then you can ensure that whatever it is that they are looking for or wanting, that you know, and you're very specific, and you can address that concern. You know, so sometimes in life it's just a simple thing of listening. Because a lot of people don't have people to talk to. You know, like, we're all on social media, but that doesn't mean you're actually speaking to anyone, right? You could be watching this video and you have no friends. And maybe you do have friends, but you don't want to tell them how you really feel. Sometimes it's easier in life to speak to a stranger about your concerns because they don't know anything about you. You may never see them again, and you feel like, you know, there won't be any judgment because this person is like not really a factor in your life, right? So it's like a lot of people open up. I find to myself, maybe I'm an empath, but a lot of people open up to myself about their problems, their concerns, you know. And I found this is all like, I've always had this kind of effect on people where children, a lot of children too, will tell me like some things that, you know, you wouldn't normally tell an adult. And I noticed this from I was younger, that people really felt comfortable and you know, were just able to speak to me more easily and freely. And I don't think it's like that I'm a great communicator or anything. I just feel like people sense vibes, you know, and your energy, you know. So that's why I always say, you know, meditation, you know, affirmations, trying to keep yourself in a positive state of mind. You know, these things really do affect how you present yourself to the world, how the world is presented to you, because, you know, your attitude and perspective on everything reflects your actions in life. So if you think that you're losing, if you think that you are poor, or you're not financially well, or you don't have enough, or you feel like you're in a lack of vibration, like you lack this, you lack that, and you never feel like you have enough, you're fulfilled, you're a good person, you know, you don't feel good about your body, you don't feel good about how you look, you feel like you need plastic surgeries or Botox, then you're never going to be happy, because there's always going to be something else, right? There's always going to be something else that like is lacking, you know, because everybody could always say, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. We can all look at the world or ourselves and be very critical and criticize, right? But to embrace and love yourself, that is a true skill. That is for your own well-being, and that is for the well-being of others. Because if you love yourself, if you feel good about yourself, if you feel confident in what you do, the whole world and everything that you do, I mean, it's just better. You just do better because you feel better, you know? Feeling good about yourself, feeling good about life, it is such a tremendous impact on everything, you know. Like, it makes such an immense difference, to be honest. Like, if you don't love yourself, you don't embrace yourself, you don't see yourself as a person with value, you will never be happy. And I think happiness really all stems from loving yourself, being able to embrace and love the world as it is, even with all the craziness that goes on. You know, you still have to have some faith in humanity. You have to have faith in the universe, God, that everything's gonna be all right. Like Bob Marley says, man, everything is gonna be all right. Because honestly, you know, in my own life, I've faced many challenges, and at the end of the day, everything ends up being okay, you know? May not be at that moment in time, but then everything starts to work out, you know? Somehow, some way, you know? It's called hope. You know, being hopeful, being positive, it truly does make a massive difference in your life, in others' life. And you know, like, if you want to be winning in life, your version of winning should be feeling good, feeling positive, making a good impact on the earth, you know, doing good things. Because, like, the more good you contribute to the world, whoever surrounds you, your family, your friends, whoever, everybody, the more you contribute, you know, it comes back. And I know some people don't believe in karma, but I'm telling you, like, it's like what you do comes back to you. It really does, you know. It's like, you can't be passive, you know. You have to, in this world, you have to be an action person. You can't be passive. You have to actually be doing things to actually change things. As you can see, the sun is setting, so you know, it's almost been half an hour. But I just wanted to give you an update on things, and just know I'm still running. You know, I'm getting fitter, you know, but it takes time, right? Bodies don't just transform overnight. It takes months. So I hope that whatever your goal is, or your purpose, or your vision, that you are working towards it as well, and making progress, you know, and just putting it out there. Be kind to others, be considerate, attentively listen to others' concerns. Don't be judgmental, because, you know, you don't know what you'd do if you were walking in that person's shoes. You don't know what people have been through. You know, a lot of people who smile, right? They're like the saddest people, but they're still smiling because you gotta fake it till you make it, right? And if you start smiling, eventually that smile is gonna become genuine and sincere, because, you know, it's like an energy. There's an energy when you smile. There really is. Like, you can feel that good vibe. Anyways, hope your weekend is great. I'm gonna embark on my long weekend now. And as always, good vibes. I think the light is best here. Practicing that smile. Keep practicing. You know, practice that smile. It's like the start. It really is. You smile, you feel a little bit better. It's just one step at a time. Just keep practicing that smile, and it will actually become true. That feeling of happiness will actually you'll embody it. This is how it is. Have a great day.